Hello fans of Marvel Heroes and friends of my channel, my name is Wilfred Wong, and if you are new to my channel, there are a whole lot of guides and video on this free-to-play game called Marvel Heroes. Follow the link at the description of this video to my website, the whole list of guides for you to watch. Now, as per the patch 1.04, the recent patch, there's a new legendary that's being released. It's dropped from Gorgon in Hightown Patrol, and it's called the Godkiller. So a lot of you ask me in game as well as Steam and YouTube what I think about this video, and thanks for Dude0001 who requested for this video as well. Now, so I'm going to just talk about this particular legendary, and I'm going to use a little bit of number crunching because that's what I enjoy doing. I've been playing this game since closed beta, and I often can't really decide on what to do with the items or build and so on. So I always rely on analyzing the numbers behind to kind of tell me a story. Should I be doing this or that? So usually all these things are just like for my own kind of like a private consumption, but I'm happy to share as well. And Godkiller is like a free legendary. From what I've heard, it dropped rather frequently, especially in the cosmic version of Hightown Patrol. But all these things, I don't really read it too much because they may just increase the drop rate in a new patrol zone just to get people the hype to play the game. I've been seeing so many times, be it as like 8 one-shot, cosmic version of the patrol when it first came out. All this new content, X Defense, all this new content, they need people to play, and to do it, they kind of like just let loose a little bit of drop rate here and there to get you the chance to get some really good loot. And everybody talk about it, everybody experience it, and after a while, 1 month later, everything come back to normal. So I've seen it in this game all the time, so don't get your hope too high. If you sort of like watch this video like 1 month after today and sort of like, hey, I don't really care to have the Godkiller. So, but anyway, and also Godkiller may review this legendary, a lot of feedback on that, but I have my personal thought as well. And I've also crunched some number on this Godkiller. If you want to see where it stands compared to other legendary, just stay on. I'll share with you the numbers. But just to give a little bit intro is that it is a free legendary in the sense that it's really quite rather easy to get. And usually in this game, a reward is being kind of like linked to the effort required. For example, a grade 70 legendary, 300 OD mark, you still need to grind for it. You have to work towards that, spend time doing legendary quest, share quests or whatnot to get the OD mark. Or even the Power Cosmic grade 70, you have to collect the shard in the cosmic event to exchange the currency, to get the currency to exchange for it. Grade 80 legendary costs you 1000 OD mark, really require you a lot of commitment in order to get there. Now, of course, if you look at all these legendaries and compare side by side, I can show you a difference. I mean, there's a difference from not having a legendary to having a grade 70 legendary. If you look at Deadpool, I'm looking at theoretical performance increase by 13.5%. And if you're looking at the grade 80 legendary, the X, or even if you're awesome build, which is the Crystal grade 80, you're looking at 21.5% increase in your performance. So, the effort often, if not always, linked to the kind of like a reward that you will get. Now, but for this Godkiller though, I mean, I heard it drop rather easy, and and I've crunched the numbers for you guys as well, and I think it should come as no surprise that it doesn't really enhance your performance a great deal. I think it's only about I'll show you the numbers later. It's about 3.5% compared to 13.5 on the grade 70 Godkiller. For the Deadpool. And I'm very sure for rest of the hero, if I want to just crunch a number for them, the story is the same. It's going to be single digit performance increase, the low single digit. But what is great about this legendary is the 20% XP bonus. If you watch my video on how XP bonus work, it is not that easy to get that much. I mean, it is. You have to keep leveling heroes and get hero to level 60. And I think for a new player, the additional 20% XP is going to help you in terms of like gaining Omega points and so on. And it's not a bad kind of like a stat for rank 1. And as for the if you are a new player, a little bit of end game, but you can't really equip all your heroes with the blessing, which costs 400 OD mark, as well as the proper legendary grade 70 or even 80. For some of the hero whereby you want to play a little bit and use him or her to sort of farm Omega point and so on, it's not a bad choice as well. It's not a bad choice. And so I'm going to talk a bit about the rank, how I think about it in a sense. But in the entire Godkiller, it's all about rank 1 to me. And if you look at Pot of Gold, which is also a free legendary in a sense, for those who crafted for it. I used to craft this one, and after that I realized that it's actually pretty bad. But I mean, there's 10% XP on this one, while you're looking at 20% XP on this one. So, that 20% helps when you collect all the orbs in leveling, in everything you do. So for those who are doing like cosmic prestige, you may find it rather useful because 20% is 20%. If I am going to reach the Omega cap, say for example, from my 7,500 today to the cap of 10,000, it probably would take about a year. I don't know. I mean, the rate that I'm doing all this video and to test center and do the stuff, I don't have time to collect Omega point. And if I can get a little bit faster from 200% to 220% on my XP, it's a great deal. It's a good bargain. Whether I'll use it or not is another question, all right? But I'm just saying that rank 1 on itself is not rubbish. It's what the Godkiller is about. Rank 2, regenerate health and spirit. Some people argue that it's good for leveling. For leveling, you will use Seer Brilliance for the rune words at level 25 and above. And once you have Seer Brilliance, and because leveling, you get a lot of orbs, you don't have spirit problem, really. You don't have a lot of spirit problem. So rank 2 is nice to have for leveling heroes. But if I am having a balance of the OD mark, I will use the leveling time to level a proper legendary, because I rather have a proper legendary, spend time getting that to sort of like rank it up, rather than sort of like use a Godkiller to get my hero to 60 faster. But after that, I still need to use a proper legendary. If I'm a new player, I probably need a proper legendary to conquer, say, Cosmic Patrol, and so Cosmic Gate. And so I would say if you are leveling, I would say, so rank 2, I'm all right. I mean, it's nice to have. It's not really like, it's not something I would really like crazy over. 1,500 health is also pretty good. But then if you are prestiging, I'd rather use a prestige, second prestige, to level my legendary rank, proper legendary to rank 5, and then subsequent prestige, my legendary is going to overpower so many mobs. I don't even worry about my health. So health to me is not that important as well for leveling. Rank 4 is interesting. 500 damage rating. I'll show you the numbers later, what it means. But again, if I have a proper legendary, if I have a chance to have one, I'd rather have that. And the last one is 10% chance on a 5-second cooldown. It's all right. I mean, it would mean that usually rank 5 I don't really look at it a lot, and it's a 10% chance. So yeah, I mean, I don't, yeah. So what you're really focusing on is rank 1 to rank 4. All right. So and the so I myself, because I've already owned, I unlock almost all the heroes except the Green Goblin. Soon I will unlock him. And because most of my hero has a proper legendary anyway, because I played this game for a long time, Godkiller means nothing to me. Even for my Omega race, and I'd rather use a proper legendary to get things a little, because it's all about balance, right? Although I say that, well, you have to sort of like, go a little bit out of the way to get the experience point. But it's a bit of balance, because I have a pretty high average now Omega points. So I can afford to sort of like have all this like XP come from the Omega system, but it's a mean of balancing. But if you're new and you really have absolutely no more OD mark, I mean, would you rather use this? I would. So I wouldn't complain about this, and I think the stats is fine for the effort you put in as of today to get this. well, I mean, they could have done up quite a nice, like, make it more powerful. But then that would mean that it's a lot harder to get. Like, take the legendary scroll. If you play the Mystic Mayhem event, I've managed to get one. You get a grade 80 legendary, a proper powerful legendary, but you have to play a lot in order for it to drop. And always go back, effort and reward. You can't expect this one to drop rather easily, and the stats are wonderful. It doesn't work that way, right? So I personally think that this has, this is alright as it is. The only critique I have though is rank 4, because if I am a summoner, if I don't really have a lot of OD mark, I want to use Godkiller. I mean, my pet won't benefit from the 500 damage rating. I reckon 60% of my overall damage comes from my pet. So 500 damage rating, I will take a discount of 60% because this stat doesn't go into a pet. So it's yeah, I mean, if I could change it, I would change it to crit instead, because the crit would then benefit the pet. And then for the for new players, crit is rare commodity, a little bit rarer. You kind of have to get up with crit, because you may not have the hero synergy for you to boost your crit for another 2% or whatnot, 4%, right? So I would have rank 4 as a crit, but I don't design this game. I don't. Yeah. So anyway, if I look at the number itself, I think some of you has already be familiar with. I do number crunching, so. This is the one that I've done it for Deadpool. I'm pretty sure if I do it for the rest of the heroes, it tells the same story. So to recap, if I'm using a Gungnir, I've got like, let's not look into this thing here. Let's look at this thing here. If I look at a Gungnir, I've got a net change of 13.5%, over if I don't have anything, versus if I use a Nax or even a Crystal, 21.5%. All right. So now the score wise, I mean, that it's roughly 7% down. All right, from that perspective. If you use a Godkiller, your rate of change, meaning that the performance enhancement, the net kind of thing, is only about 3.2%. It's not a lot. It's really not a lot. It's not even like, it's not really a lot. I mean, you can't rely on Godkiller for your DPS. Definitely not. So, score is irrelevant because anyhow, I mean, you have to compare with the net change, the net gain. So like I said, use the rank 1, and if you do not have any OD, not have a lot of OD mark, then you could use this one. If you want to prestige or so on, I mean, you could consider using this one as well, but I'd rather have a proper legendary, kill things a little bit faster. But if you are a cosmic prestige though, I mean, that one is really not my forte, because I think of all the opportunity of costumes that I could have crafted had I just get all my heroes to red rather than getting one hero to yellow. There is no way on earth I'm going to do it, because I'd rather just keep crafting costume and be happy about it. But I understand someone want to show, if you want to see a, kind of like, take it as a challenge, then, Godkiller may be a pretty good candidate as the cosmic prestige. That's how I would use it. If I have one kind of like a hero would like to prestige, and which is not a summoner. So and I hope this is sort of useful, and I always take a lot of feedback, and I don't claim to be 100% right all the time. Feel free to engage me, drop a comment here, drop me a line in game or YouTube or Steam. Keen to hear how you feel about this Godkiller. And for those who got it, I mean, congratulations, man. I mean, it is still it's still a legendary, may not be a proper one for end game, but it's still a fun one that, you can have give it to one of the hero, whereby you're still not quite sure whether you should invest a lot on the OD mark, and currently you don't have any OD mark right now. What you're going to do, rather than have no low legendary, this is still decent, 20% XP, 500 damage rating, 1005 health. I'll take it, man. I mean, if I'm in that situation. So that's all for today. And the other comment about this legendary is just his name is just a bit misleading. I mean, if I have a legendary called Godkiller, I would thought that it would be pretty powerful stuff. This one though, I mean, pot of gold, that it's just for fun. This one is like a pot of gold version 2 upgrade kind of thing. All right, anyway, see you later. Have fun. Bye.